Giannis Antetokounmpo had a 3-year run when Chris Middleton was healthy, where the media was rightfully praising his game. He was the most dominant two-way player in the league post-prime Kawhi, had won 2 MVPs, and dropped 50 points against the Phoenix Suns to win the NBA Finals and Finals MVP. The dichotomy and mentality between these two players was evident as the Finals wore on.
Hey, bro, we not doubling an open gym, bro. Yeah, we are. I get that shit all season, bro. Come on, man. Let's work on our game, bro. Yeah, we are. Let's work on our game. Part of the game. Send it.
I saw him going, then I saw Chris Paul, and then I started sprinting, and I saw nobody was around me, so he didn't want to throw me the ball at first, but I was like, throw it. And then he threw it, he trusted me, and after the game I was like, thank you for trusting me, because he could go any way. He could throw it and, make a wrong pass, and that's going to be on him because he's the point guard, and coach is going to say you're supposed to keep the ball, but he trusted me. He knew that I'm going to finish the play, and that says a lot to me, I went up to the game, after the game, and I told him that too. I was so in the moment. I wasn't worried about the clock. I wasn't worried about the crowd. I wasn't worried about nothing. I was worried about I had the open lane, throw it up, and he trusted me.
After playoff losses, Giannis worked on his free throws, going 17 for 19 in the Game 6 clincher. Devin Booker doesn't want to practice against double teams and gets stripped by a double team with the game on the line in Game 5.
Just believe in what you're doing. Keep working. Don't let nobody tell you what you can be and what you cannot do. People told me I can't make free throws. I made my free throws tonight, and I'm a freaking champion. I made them and I'm supposed to make them.
But now that most of his talented teammates have gotten older and finally all left the team, the media has essentially forgotten about him despite this ridiculous, consistently excellent two-way play. And yes, in my opinion, some of his flaws with shooting and decision-making in the playoffs have contributed to some of their playoff upsets. However, there is one thing that has been beautiful to watch as a fan of sports psychology, and that's the evolution of his mind.
Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure? That's what you're telling me? No, I'm asking you a question. Yes or no?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, exactly. So why you asking me that question? It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports. There's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful. Some days you're not. Some days it's your turn. Some days it's not your turn. And that's what sports is about. You don't always win. Some other people's gonna win. And this year somebody else is gonna win. Simple as that. We're gonna come back next year, try to be better, try to build good habits, try to play better, not have a 10-day stretch with playing bad basketball, and hopefully we can win a championship. So 50 years from 1971 to 2021 that we didn't win a championship, it was 50 years of failures? No, it was not. It was steps to it, and we were able to win one. Hopefully we can win another one.
It doesn't matter whether we agree or disagree with what he said. In fact, MJ and Kobe would probably disagree with him. But this clip is so important, and I hope all young athletes watch this. The point of this clip is he clearly is a player who faces difficulties and mental obstacles just like any other elite athlete, and he knew deep down he wasn't satisfied with his answer the previous year. So as a hungry and curious mind, he resolved to find answers and fix that part of his mentality. And then he states his true convictions and speaks passionately and authentically about it, though striving not to personally attack the reporter who has, let's be honest, put little effort into his questions 2 years in a row. If you're a young athlete building resilience, throw a narrative mentality, coping, and excuses in the trash. When confronted with loss, honestly and openly analyze why, and when you work hard and prepare relentlessly, the only failure at that point is not to try. Beautiful mental evolution from Giannis here. There's been a lot of theories out there that American players are coddled and hyped up from a young age. AAU and NIL gets them thinking about money over love of the game, compared to European players. And while I'm certainly thoroughly against AAU and the culture that's been established there, in fact that's one of the reasons why I became a trainer, I think each player is still a case-by-case basis. Upbringing certainly plays a huge role, and we'll get into Giannis' family background in a minute. But as you know, I've said this before on the channel, I believe in the quote, "To whom much is given, much is required." And what I loved about Michael Jordan and Kobe's mentality was they understood this. Of course, being human, we all have our selfish moments, but they firmly believed it was their duty to get the most they could out of their 6'6" athletic genetics. Hell, MJ said his brother was a better player than him, with his whole family being 5'8" or less and him somehow being 6'6". Similarly, Giannis seems to be the most coordinated and athletic out of his brothers.
Technical here for the Celtics.
But they both understood, especially MJ and the media, that when false or weak mental narratives were proposed by other players or the media, it was important to call it out and promote a strong mentality for young players in society to emulate. And since Kobe tragically passed, many of you like me who love sports psychology have been waiting for a player who you could root for not only on the court, but also in press conferences and their passion for building a legacy with the team that drafted them. We all grew tired with the elite talents of the era like KD, LeBron, and James Harden, jumping teams so often bandwagon fans can't even keep up buying their new jerseys. But we grew more tired of press conferences like these.
Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of.
Obviously, my first year in Miami, yeah, we had a big three. And everyone said it's a super team this, super team that. But we had to build our team around all minimum guys, which was still okay, but we didn't fill out the complimentary guys enough. Yeah, we had Rio, we had Giannis, but we didn't have enough as far as enough complimentary guys to actually make it all work. And we still made it to the finals. And we still probably should have won the finals, but I still give credit. Listen, it is what it is. You win and you lose, and we lost. Just know Dallas was good, and they hit a stride at the right time. Dirk was unbelievable. But my second year, we was able to grab some complimentary players.
But all this time, there's been a player I could not have been more proud of to root for on and off the court than Giannis Antetokounmpo. The man blocks out his kids' faces on his social media, shows genuinely childlike excitement every time someone shows him something from American culture.
Like when I came to the league, that was the first thing I ate because like when I was younger, I was always craving them and, could never afford them, So I was like, okay, when I get a little bit of money, people go spend money in cars and chains. I bought Oreos, right? I ate them for like a month straight. No dinner, no lunch, no nothing. So I got sick of them, right? He was like, have you ever dipped them, dunked them in milk? I was like, no. It's like, you should try that. I took the Oreos and I threw it in the milk. He was like, no, just dunk it, like put it in. I was like, don't worry about it, give me a spoon. I grabbed a spoon. I took the first one. I was like, what the hell? No freaking way. It's like, you like them? I was like, bro, this is amazing, So I realized from now on, that's a every night snack for me.
And most importantly, regularly drops wisdom and strong mentality that doesn't exist among recent NBA superstars.
I mean, you're 26 years old, and I've covered plenty of players who didn't seem like they figured the ego part out until their 30s. I mean, who taught you about why that's important and to handle it that way?
I think I'll say life. Usually, I'm tell you this. Usually, when from my experience, right? Like when I think about like, oh yeah, I did this. I'm so great. I had 30. I had 25, 10, and 10, or whatever the case might be. Because you're gonna think about that. Oh, we won this and that. Usually, the next day you're gonna suck.
Right.
Simple as that. You like the next few days you're gonna be terrible. And I figured out like a mindset to have that like when you focus on the past, that's your ego. I did this.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
For so many reasons.
We were able to, beat this team 4-0. I did this in the past. I won that in the past. Right. And when I focus in the future, is my pride. Like, yeah, next game 5, I'll do this and this and this. Right. I'm going to dominate. That's your pride talking. Like it doesn't happen. Like you're right here, and I kind of like try to focus in the in the moment, in the present, and that's humility. That's being humble. That's not setting no expectation. That's going out there enjoying the game, competing at a high level. And I think I've had people throughout my life that helped me with that. but that's a skill that I've tried to like kind of how you say, kind of like perfect it.
Master.
Yeah, master it, and it's been working so far.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna stop.
Doing okay.
Most people live in fear because we project the past into the future. Michael's a mystic. He was never anywhere else. His gift was not that he could jump high, run fast, shoot a basketball. His gift was that. He was completely present. And that was the separator.
Now, what are some of the reasons his mentality is so strong? Well, he grew up with 2 Nigerian immigrant parents who raised him in Greece. And of course, local coaches noticed his height and quickly got him into basketball. He certainly didn't play for the money or for AAU, he played for the love of the game. His parents didn't know much about basketball, his father being a soccer player and his mother being a high jumper, but they were convinced by coaches that he was something special, so they supported him the best they could. But they taught Giannis 2 important lessons he has never forgot. First, loyalty, and secondly, no excuses. Giannis talks about the Nigerian values his parents passed on to him, about hard work, family loyalty, and respecting your elders. His parents immigrated to Greece and they struggled to find work, the 4 brothers sharing a bed while the parents slept a few feet away behind a curtain. His father was hoping they would follow in his footsteps to play soccer, which one brother did, but the local Greek coach bribed his parents for him to play by offering them jobs. Sadly, his father passed in 2017, but when he won the MVP, it was beautiful to see him talk about his family.
You know, two years ago, I had the goal in my head that I'm going to be the best player in the league. Yeah, I'm going to do whatever it takes to help my team win, and I'm going to win the MVP. And every day that I step on the floor, I always think about my dad, and that motivates me and it pushes me to play harder and move forward. Even though when my body's sore, even though when I don't feel like playing, I always going to show up and I always going to do the right thing. I want to thank my amazing brothers. I love you guys, man.
That's just beautiful, man. The family helps raise you up, and when you make it, you help raise up the family. The last part about Giannis' mentality that really struck me was his desire to build a championship legacy in small market Milwaukee. He first arrived by himself with no family as a skinny kid who couldn't shoot with a long, hard to pronounce last name.
I have the story of walking to the game story as a rookie. Is it true?
Yes, true. It's true, yeah. So it was, I think we had the game at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you know how, you have to take care of your family back home,
Mm-hmm.
I know in Congo, you're taking care of everybody back home, the whole village. So I had to send money to my parents.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to, the way I used to do it, I used to send it through Western Union.
Western Union, yeah.
So I went there and I sent money. But how did I put my ATM card and I took cash out. So I gave him the cash. And then I sent the money. And then I took my ATM card back. And then I got in a cab. The cab said, you cannot swipe with a credit card. It was 2013. I said, okay, I get another one. Then can I use cash? He said, yeah. I went to the thing. It was maximum. I removed all the money I could remove.
You took all the max?
Yes, it was max. So
Okay.
I couldn't remove no more money. I had one card. And then I said, okay, well, I have a choice here. I know that I have to be on the court like pre-game shooting in like 30 minutes. I have to start running. So I just started running and it was cold. It was cold. My hands was freezing and shaking. I was running because I was a rookie. I cannot be late.
Yeah.
And I was just running. And then thank God there was a family that saw me. It was like, man, isn't this Giannis Antetokounmpo, the rookie Bucks?
Yeah.
I said, yes, me.
Take me.
I said, take me. I go inside, like, just shaking as a kid. They took me to the game, and then the security was like, what happened? And I didn't have the card. I said, no, this family just brought me to the game. And then
You had a good game? You had a good game?
No.
It's hard like that to have a good game. It's hard when it's...
I'm in the bench, I'm like this. I said, coach said, Giannis. I said, okay.
It's hard like that. When
That
you have
game.
a day like that, it's hard to have a good game. Man. I don't know.
After a few years, he bulked up and really worked hard in his game, and eventually in the playoffs, running into teams creating the Giannis wall. But in a record finals performance, he led the Bucks to storm back from a 2-0 deficit to win 4 straight and capture the Bucks' first title since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 1971. But similar to MJ did with Pippen and Kobe did with Pau, after trying for several years to do it themselves with subpar teammates, he invested all his energy into Chris Middleton, who had a very clutch postseason and was eventually the best man at Giannis' wedding. The commitment and loyalty to building up a franchise instead of jumping ship was beautiful and it paid off.
I mean, when you were 19, I think you were at Summer League and you tweeted something about, I'm not leaving Milwaukee until I win a championship. That is...
I'm out now. Can I leave now?
That's your call.
I want to trade.
He has such a sense of loyalty, his family first, but to the Bucks in the city of Milwaukee. He's talked about everyone has a different path to a title. I'm not judging anyone, but for me, I want to do it with the team that took a chance on me, a city that welcomed me, and with teammates that I went through the highs and lows with. I feel like it just means more.
You know, obviously, I wanted to get the job done. You know, but that's my stubborn side. Like, it's easy to go somewhere and go and win a championship with somebody else. It's easy. I could go, I don't want to put anybody in the spot, but I could go to a super team and, you know, just do my part and win a championship, still won. But this is the hard way to do it, and this is the way to do it. And we did it.
So if you're a younger player and you're looking for a mentality of the current NBA superstars to watch, Giannis is my choice. His GM has made some decisions over the years that may end up wasting Giannis' prime years, but his mentality is still great on and off the court. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate the support, and shout out the Real Mind Crime channel. That guy's a legend and I enjoy his commentary. God bless you guys. Peace.
Tell us about your drip.
I got this for free. I got my turtleneck for free. My shoes, Nike for free. Bag for free. This clipboard, a coach gave it to me for free. My watch and bracelet, fake. What's the game today? First, man, come on, man. We got 69 more games. Yep. 69. I like that number. I like that number. 69, huh? It can be done. 8 years ago, 8.5 years ago, before I came to the league, I didn't know where my next move will come from. You know, my mom was selling stuff in the street. And now I'm here, sitting in the top of the top. You know, and I'm extremely blessed. And that's why I'm extremely blessed. If I never have a chance to sit on this table ever again, I'm fine with it.